Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I'm starting another weekly reading vlog. So it is Monday. I am just about to start editing my vlog that should be going up today, as I'm trying out a new video timeline and see if it works any better for me. But I have an update. I finished this book, Every Exquisite Thing by Laura Stephen. Technically this morning, it was just after midnight, but I'm counting it as yesterday because it was only about 10 minutes into today. So yeah, I finished this. I gave it 5 stars. I was right. I did think it would be 5 stars, and I have read some other people's reviews of this book and I can understand why other people have rated it not necessarily 5, but for me it was all of the topics that we touched on in this book. I feel like there was a very strong focus on things that are passed down to us as girls from our parents, or like our mothers, or the women that raise us. There is a part in this book that describes, so our main character is Penny, her mother is Peggy, and she is a famous actress. And then there's a part where Penny, I don't know if she's having the conversation, I can't remember, or just remembering it, but she remembers a detail that her mother told her, that her grandmother used to measure her waist every day or every week with this dressing tape and be so proud of herself when she would say things like, oh, I'm the same size as I was when I got married, and now she's had children. And it's just these thought processes that really stuck out to me, and probably the main reason I gave this book 5 stars, because Penny is convinced that the smaller she is, the more beautiful she is, the more she might be able to get the approval of her mother, the love of her mother. And I just thought that was really poignant, and I think a lot of people might be able to relate to that or know someone who has gone through something similar. I will say check all trigger warnings for this book before you go into it. There are quite a few things. There is talking about eating disorders, death of a parent, what else is there? There's loads. They're all listed in the front of my copy. Parental addiction, emotional abuse, animal death, body horror, disfigurement, violence, suicide threats. There's a lot. So be sure to check that out before you dive into it. But I am so glad that I read this, and I will say this is like the fastest I've ever read a book. It basically took me 2 days to read. On Saturday I read about 80 pages, and there's 363 pages in this book, and I read the remaining 200 and whatever that is yesterday. Couldn't put it down. Absolutely loved it, which is another reason I had to give it 5 stars, because I could not put it down. So with that happening, that means that roll for Spookoplathon is done, and I can now do my 3rd roll, which is crazy because I didn't expect to get that far. So that was spooky. So let's get the dice app up and then we will look at this. I was also watching Becca's vlog, who created Spookoplathon, and she said that she finds that creating a TBR feels more restrictive, and she was talking about how she's also going to roll as she goes, and she finds that she reads more because she's more excited because she doesn't know what's coming. And I couldn't agree more. I didn't actually think that this would prompt me to read more, but I've read 3 books already this month, 2 of which are for Spookoplathon, 1 of which is for Sphinx, so the short story competition that I'm currently judging in. So that isn't really spoken about in this vlog because I need to kind of compile all my reviews into one video later on. But yeah, I just kind of sat down this morning and went, I need to finish this, I'm going to finish it, and I did. So I'm very excited about that. Right, so 2 dice. Here we go. Will we focus? There we go. Oh, no, we've got an advert. That's helpful, isn't it? Right, let's try again. And go. 5. Okay, we've been quite lucky so far. We've had no doubles, touch wood. But 5 means, if we're on spooky, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mary Shelley. I don't know what that means. I need to find out what that means. Bear with me, caller, as I find. I know that it was mentioned about Frankenstein, but I'm not sure exactly what that means. There you go. A pioneer of horror back in the day, Mary Shelley is often credited with inventing the science fiction genre. Oh dear. Read a sci-fi or a book that has a sci-fi element. Okay. Or read a book by Mary Shelley. I will not be reading a book by Mary Shelley. Sci-fi element. I'm going to have a think about that and decide what I want to do, because I do have sci-fi on my shelf, just not a lot, and not a lot that I want to read right now. Oh, I don't know. I'll have a think and I'll come back to you later when I've decided what I'm going to read. But for now, I've started this vlog, we've done a roll, I've told you about a book that I've already read. That's the long and short of it. I'll come back and talk to you either later today or tomorrow with what I decide to pick and any other updates that I get to. See you then. Hello everyone and happy Wednesday. It's a very rainy day today. I have come back from work, I've got my tea in the oven, and I have one more day left of work this week before I go on holiday. And by going on holiday, I'm going to a lovely little cabin in Wales, and hopefully I will be able to film some of it, because I thought Jack was going to have my camera this weekend because he has a job on, but he hasn't taken it. So that means you're coming with me. I have been trying to read more of Pillars of Peace, but I have to be completely honest, right now it is not what I want to read, because I have got this really weird want at the minute to just spin, and I think if it came up in a part of my Spookoplathon stuff, then I would want to read the book, but currently I'm on my Spookoplathon hype, which doesn't really work for me because the live show for this is in like a week and a half on the 24th of October, so I'm not going to take it with me this weekend when I go away, which means I'll need to concentrate on it next week. But I am off on Monday. Famous last words, we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I haven't really been reading anything much. I did listen to more of Down Beyond Below by T.A. Bruno today at work. I still have like an hour or so left. It's really heating up. I'm really enjoying it. I do love the worlds that T.A. Bruno creates. He is a really good sci-fi writer and he is indie. His books are on Audible if you have any interest in checking him out. I have also in the past done a full review of his Song of Kamaria trilogy. I'll link that up here for you. Check it out. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it more as I progressed on through the series, so it's definitely one to check out. I have book mail. I will have another parcel as well tomorrow because I was meant to have 2 of them through the door today, but they only managed to squish this one through my door apparently, so I can't remember what it is, but it's rather small, so it's got to be like a paperback or something. It is a paperback. What is the paperback? I promise I know what I order and I don't. Oh yes, I remember now. So this is The Immortality Thief by Taron Hunt. I did request to review this, but unfortunately wasn't lucky enough to get a copy when it was coming out. So it came out in hardback, I want to say last year, and this is just released in paperback. Yeah, it came out last year in 2022. And I thought it sounded really good, and also I was kind of drawn in by the cover because it's really nice and purple. So this says, linguist and scoundrel Sean Wren is in trouble again, and this time his sentence is to salvage the data of the Philosopher's Stone experiments from an abandoned long-lost ship before it explodes in a supernova. But this spaceship isn't as abandoned as they thought. When Sean arrives with his crew, they discover the place is crawling with monsters, and some of its original residents still lurk in the shadows. Dark secrets are scrawled in languages only Sean can read. Worse, the ministers, humanity's greatest oppressors, are also stalking the ship's empty corridors, seeking the same data. Trapped with the time running out, Sean will have to rely on his wits, his closest friend Benny, and the monsters within and the enemies around him to get out with the riches he was promised. So if this had come before I spun sci-fi, I think I would have picked this up, if I'm completely honest. But it didn't, so I am reading Vert for that prompt, and I really want to read that today. So that is kind of my plan for this evening. I'm working from home tomorrow because there's barely anyone in the office, so that's good. I should be able to get some reading done maybe on my break or something, which I will greatly enjoy, and it means I can pack because I will probably not be packing tonight. I need to do a quick wash so that my Halloween pyjamas that I have already been wearing are clean to go away with. And yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. I'm rather excited because tomorrow I'm going to my friend's house, who I am going away with, and we're going to Harvester for tea, which I love. I love a Harvester. I don't know what it is. I think it's the salad bar, but I love a good Harvester. And then we set off on Friday. We're looking to go to Shrewsbury, I think, for a bit of a wander because we can't check in until like 2 or 3, I can't remember. And then we will be in our cabin. We also need to do like a food shop for food that we want to eat for the next couple of nights, days. I need snacks because she wants to take me hiking, so I definitely need snacks for that. And yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. I am really excited to go away this weekend. It'll be nice to turn off my laptop and not have anything massively that I'm massively committed to, in the sense of I haven't taken time off to do a job for Jack. I haven't taken time off to do a lot of driving. I'm actually going away for a weekend, which is quite nice, and it's been a while since we've done that, so I'm very excited. And you never know, maybe we'll end up in a bookshop or something on Friday. It's me. I have asked to go to Waterstones because I have 2 parcels to return already, so yeah, we'll see if I come out with anything, because there is a possibility that that will happen. But otherwise, that is everything. I would like to do another spin because I'm pretty sure, so my friend has also got a copy of Masters of Death, and she was talking about bringing this with her this weekend, so I kind of want to bring my copy along too, but I want it to fit into Spookoplathon, basically, to make it work. So maybe I'm going to do a spin now. We're not going to read it now, but I'm going to do a dice roll now, and we're just going to see what it lands on. And if I can get it to work, then brilliant, and if I can't, then I won't. But if I can't, then maybe I'll roll again and do the double thing that you have to, because there is a rule that you could, if a prompt doesn't work for you, you can roll again, but you'd have to find 2 books that fit that one prompt. So I could either really luck out or really not. So I got 2. Mary Shelley was my last space. So let's see what the dice have in store for me today. I also kind of want to roll, just because I enjoy rolling. Because, you know, chaos is me. And I'm trying hard to stay on track, but we all know 6. Do you know what? I have been very lucky so far. I haven't had any doubles. So Mary Shelley is there. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Broken mirrors. What does that mean? I don't even know. I'm really enjoying the Spookoplathon though. I think from now on I'm always going to do these random, as in I will always roll as I go, because I do feel like I want to read more. Right, what does broken mirror mean? Please. Here you go. Avoid 7 years bad luck. Read a book with a mirror on the cover or in the title, cracks on the cover, or a book with a reflected style cover. So very shiny. Yeah, there's no cracks on this. It's battered and there's skulls, but that's not crack. And it's Masters of Death. Poop. I'm gonna read this anyways, but not for that. Do I roll again and see what it is? What can we get? It's probably gonna be a double from now on anyways, isn't it? Hang on. Because I like, so if I rolled again, do I have to go from there? Let me check that rule as well. I could either get less or I could get more. Do I want to risk that? What does any of the other stuff mean? Well, we're going to have to read something else as well. aren't we? As well as that. Shiny cover. I'm gonna pick that though. Now I have 3 books to read. Shiny cover. What is stuff that I wanted to read this month that were like creepy? I had a few things I wanted to read. I am wheeling my chair because I am lazy. I wouldn't say that's... it's shiny, but it's not overly reflective. But it can have cracks in it. Do I have something that has cracks on it? That's pretty shiny, but I don't really want to read that. I'm gonna roll again anyways, because I'm really struggling with a reflective cover, and I probably do have things, but none of them are ones that I want to read. So we're gonna roll again, and hopefully I've cut out all of the time that I just spent looking for a reflective cover, because that was crazy. We're gonna start from that Mary Shelley space again. I'm not sure if that's the right rule, but we're gonna do that anyways. Right, so I need to pick 2 books for this prompt, so let's see how we go with this, because bear in mind I could actually like fake. And I just said I've had it so easy. That's a double. Okay, so I'm gonna have to roll. Well, how do doubles work if you're rolling as you go? Right, we're going to be adding 3 books to our TBR now, because I'm just going to do that roll right now, because I won't remember, and then we'll have 3 books to do. Right, okay, so Mary Shelley there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, my camera was full. So we landed on Beckerec. So that is obviously a book that Becca recommends, and it means I've got to have 2 of them. Right, so she's got a playlist of things. Oh dear lord. Don't really want to do... 5 full reading recommendations. What is in here? And this is only like a 5-minute video. So let's see what is in this. And we're just gonna... Oh, Cinder. No. Oh wait, they're down here. Queen of the Tearling, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I haven't got the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my gosh, this is going to be like... I'm going to come back in a minute and I'm going to find some recommendations that Becca has recommended that I actually own, and we'll go from there. I have found 2. So Sheets and Becca did a video for adult sci-fi fantasy, and one of the recs was A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, which I was very kindly gifted, I think, by Johan. Yeah, Library of a Viking very kindly sent this to me, and I have seen a lot of people talk about this. I know it's got some very pretty additions. It's a sci-fi, it's adult. When Rosemary Harper joins the crew of the Wayfarer, she isn't expecting much. The Wayfarer, a patched up ship that's seen better days, offers her everything she could possibly want, but Rosemary gets more than she bargained for. Seems that Rosemary isn't the only person on board with secrets to hide, and the crew will soon discover that space may be vast, but spaceships are very small indeed. That's obviously not the full synopsis, but that is me picking parts out of it. So I've heard great things about that. And then from a witchy book, because it's still autumn and I still want to be reading the spooky books, we've got The Ravens, which I've been meaning to read for ages. This is an Illumicrate edition. I'm actually quite excited to get to this. This is a witchy, obviously, book surrounding a sorority at a college in America, in Georgia. But the Ravens aren't just regular sorority girls, they're witches. So, yeah, I think this is told by two different perspectives. I've been wanting to read this for a while, so I'm glad it's finally on my list. So there are those 2. Now let's do our final roll and we'll see what other book I'm adding, and hopefully it's Masters of Death. But we're going to find out in a second. So let me get my dice app back up. Doop doop doop. I've tapped it since, so obviously it's changed because it's not that great. 6, 7, 8. Perfect. What does that get us? I don't know. We're from Becarec, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Most recent purchase. So that's the Immorality Thief, actually. So I still haven't got Masters of Death, but I'm still taking it with me. So I now need to read this one as well, which I've been saying I'm going to read. So somehow in this vlog clip, I've managed to add 4 books to my TBR, which I didn't mean to do. And I didn't want to do. But we've done it now, so we're going to see what happens. And I highly doubt I'll be reading all of these this week. So we'll take this on and we won't do any more rolls until I've completed these books. So this might be the end of the rollings for Spookoplathon, if I'm completely honest. But we'll see. So there's them. Very excited to get to them. And yeah, there's one other book that I do want to definitely read this month. Because I feel like it needs to be an October book, but I might try and read it on Halloween, and that's the Pumpkin Queen book that I was very kindly gifted from Lisa, which I put down somewhere. I don't know where. I think it's on the floor. Yep. Which is this one. I do want to read this at some point this month. If it comes up on my Spookoplathon, brilliant. If it doesn't, then maybe I will try and read this on Halloween, because Jack's working and I'm home alone. So what better thing to do on the evening of Halloween, in between handing out candy to children, than reading a Halloween-y book. Otherwise, the rest of my spooky books that I have like earmarked for this month, like the sequel to the Rovens, the Monarchs, other things as well, I can carry on reading into November and December, because I don't really read like Christmassy books, so I can stick with the spooky and thrillery books. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully, because at least one of these is kind of like a thriller, I'll race through it, because that seems to be the thing. But I need to go, my food is ready, so I will come back and talk to you tomorrow when I'm working from home, and we'll see how this all goes, because my gosh, I now need to read. I'll see you later. Hello everyone, and happy Thursday. I look a little bit dishevelled. We're going to ignore that. I need a shower. I have been working from home today, pretty much in my pyjamas. But that is the joy of working from home. So it is after work. I need to quickly have a shower. Hopefully it is a quick shower, because I need an everything shower. If you're a girl, if you know, you know. But I need to pack, because I've been sat working all day, when I could have probably done some of this in my lunch break, but I didn't, because who wants to do things so they can leave early? Why not just... I set myself a time that I wanted to leave by at the latest, and I'm apparently sticking to that time. So that's what we're doing. I need to pack Masters of Death. As you would have seen earlier in this vlog, I tried to get this on my Spookoplathon TBR, and the board just wasn't having it. But I need to take it anyways, because my friend is bringing this copy... pretty much this exact copy. I'm pretty sure she got the exclusive edition with her as well. So we might be doing some reading together. And these have got like little skulls on the edges as well, which are very fitting for a spooky Halloween. Well, it's not really a spooky Halloween getaway, but it is a getaway of some description. And I'm talking really fast, and I don't know why. So I'm just going to put it in one of my trusty... can't remember. I think this is an Illumicrate one. I'm not sure. One of my trusty book protectory things, so I can pack it. If it'll go in the trusty book protectory thing. I don't enjoy how much I have to bend these, I will say that. But there you go, nice and safe. I need a bookmark. Oh, there's one just there. One of the Fairy Loot collectory ones. That'll work. Perfect. So we now have a bookmark. We have a spooky book. I'm trying to find the first page of the prelude. So bookmark in, ready to go. Then the other thing that I need to just quickly talk through with you is I got the book parcel that was meant to come yesterday, which could have been another contender for most recently purchased, but we got Immortality Thief. Jeez, I think this is Swordcatcher, so I'm a little bit about it, because I'm like, I forgot it had sprayed edges. I'm a little bit about it, because now I kind of want to read this, but this is chunky, so maybe we will aim for this next month. Also, this could have fit for a reflective cover. Didn't even think about that when I rolled that yesterday. I was too adamant to try and get Massive Death on my TBR. I could have waited to just get this one. But this is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This is her newest release. I have got the Waterstones exclusive, which has sprayed edges. Oh, I didn't even realise. It's got foiling on it. Oh wow, okay, that's pretty. And then we have end paper maps, which I quite enjoy. I wasn't expecting this to be as chunky as it is, I have to admit. I did try to get an arc of this as well, which I did not achieve, but that's okay because I don't think I would have read it in time, if I'm honest. I didn't get the signed, stamped, whatever she does now edition. It's just a Waterstones exclusive, which is fine because it's still pretty. Don't really know. She's got some big names on the back. So George R.R. Martin has apparently blurbed this. Leigh Bardugo, Holly, well, it's not apparently, he is on the back of this book. Leigh Bardugo, Holly Black, which makes sense because they're like in the same pool. And then Scott Lynch as well. I don't know who Helene Wecker is, but I haven't read The Golem and the Djinn. So anyways, this book says, two outcasts have the power to change everything, but will they grasp the hand of destiny? In the vibrant city-state of Castellane, nobles and criminals have one thing in common: the constant search for wealth, power, and the next hedonistic thrill. Yet as an impoverished orphan, Kel's prospects look bleak until he's stolen from his old life to enter a new one of luxury and peril. He's to become Prince Connor Aurelian's body double, shielding the prince from all dangers. As his sword catcher, he and Connor will become as close as brothers, yet Kel lives for one purpose: to die for Connor. Lancaster is an Ashkari physician, part of a community ostracised for its rare magical abilities, but after a failed assassination attempt brings her and Kel together, they are drawn into the web of the mysterious Ragpicker King, ruler of Castellane's criminal underworld. He offers each of them what they want most, but as Lynn and Kel sink deeper into his world, they uncover an extraordinary conspiracy. As long-kept secrets unravel, they must ask themselves, can forbidden love bring down a kingdom, and will their discoveries plunge their nation into war and the world into chaos? Sorry, I wasn't aware as much of the romancy element, but it's a Cassandra Clare book. Like, there's going to be a romancy element. So I'm glad to add this to my collection. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to be this. This feels massive, but it's only just over 600 pages. But it feels huge. But maybe it's just like the paper or something they printed it on. Either way, I'm very in love with this cover. I like how shiny it is. I'm sad that it missed the shiny prompt that I could have used it for. However, it's fine. It's by the by. I've got it now. I'm gonna try not to change my pick for my most recent purchase. I don't think I will, if I'm honest. I think I will keep Immortality Thief going because I've known about that one for longer. Like, it came out in hardback over a year ago, like I said, and I wanted to read it back then. So this one can just wait a little while. And it's not like I read books straight away anyways, let's be completely honest. So yeah, that is pretty much the update. I haven't read anything more. I'm leaving Vert. Oh no, I have read more. I read more of Vert last night, and oh my gosh. If you've not read Vert, you might not understand, but like, Vert seems like the type of book that would have been absolutely perfect for to be a movie, because the world is really rich. It is basically just a fever dream. It's really enjoyable. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really excited to see where it goes. It reminds me of a book version of Train Spotters. And it kind of is actually like a futuristic version of Train Spotters. We're following a group of people. Our main character that we're following is Scribble. It's his thoughts that we're kind of hearing. And his gang, well, they're not really a gang. They're like a collection of people, and they call themselves the Stash Riders. I think it's the Stash Riders. And they basically spend their time hooking up, and getting high, and that's literally it. But in this world, it's set in a futuristic Manchester, which is pretty cool. But in this world, you can become high from its feathers that are like the drug. They're called verts, and they have different colours, which is really cool. So like blue is basically like, it's almost like entering a different universe. Like, you can know that you're not in the real world, but a lot of people just don't, and you can do this thing called jerking out, which is basically when you realise that you're in a vert dream, in the vert, it's basically a virtual reality, and you don't want to carry on, and you can kind of like jerk yourself out of it, but not everyone is able to do it, and there's a lot to it. But anyways, but yeah, they have blue feathers, which are kind of like tame versions of things. So they have one that's called like a lullaby, which kind of like wraps you in almost like a warm cuddle, essentially. Like, you see things, but like that's the point. And then they're legal highs, so you can have legal highs and illegal. Then you have pink ones, which are called pornoverts, which are obviously porn. Yellow ones are like deadly, and then black ones are illegal, but yellow and black I think are completely illegal. But there's a black one, or is black legal? I can't remember, but they do one right at the start of the book, which is called Skull Shit, and it's basically like entering yourself into a Saw movie, from like the description that he gave. And it's really weird, and it's crazy what these things can do, and I think it's a really interesting storyline, and I am interested in like reading it, but like finishing it. I'm pretty set on finishing that. It won't be in this vlog, because I'm not taking it with me. I'm just taking Masters of Death, because I don't really think that even if I do get a chance to read, I will be reading all of this anyways, because I'm not really a fast reader. I might read some tonight, I might read some tomorrow, I might read some on Saturday, but I'm not going to be solidly sitting there for hours on end, I don't think, reading. So, or do I take a backup book? Am I going to be that sad? I might take a backup book. It might be Vert. No, because then I'll give myself too much choice. No, I'm just going to take this. I'll have my phone. I've got Kindle books on my phone. That works. We're going to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to inundate myself with books, and I'm never going to be able to choose. And then I'm like, well, I don't want to choose. I'm just going to read. I'm just going to watch things on my phone or whatever. So we're not doing that. But yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. I have no other updates. I am really enjoying Vert. I think it's a really cool book, and it has officially released now in the new 30th edition cover, which is the one I have. I don't have it to hand, but I will show it to you hopefully at the end of this vlog, and then yeah, we'll basically go from there. I am going to go have a really quick shower, because I'm meant to be leaving in like less than half an hour, because typical me. Quick shower, finish packing. Well, I'll finish packing, then I'll have a quick shower, and then I'll head off. And I'm going to Harvest of Tea, and I'm very excited. And I'm going to, and then we go to Shrewsbury tomorrow. So yay for that! Very excited. Right, let me go. I need to go, and I need to pack you, because you're coming with me. The sound quality might be different because I'm not taking my microphone, but you're coming with me, so hopefully we'll get some like scenic shots or some stuff. I don't know. We're gonna see, but yeah. If I don't talk to you, I will talk to you on Sunday when I get home. See you then. Bye. in a bit. And happy Monday. So I'm here to close out this vlog. I do have some reading updates, but there's not really a lot. So main thing is that the Spookoplathon board really did not have my back this week. And I have obviously added 3 more books to my TBR and Masters of Death, which isn't great. I have started Masters of Death. I think I'm about 50-60 pages in. I'm really not that far. It's a good job I didn't take a backup book because I didn't read that much. You would have seen some content from the walk that we did on Saturday. Didn't really get much other content, and everything else I have done will be put into a reel on my own Instagram. So I didn't want to like double up footage, if that makes sense. But I have book mail, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the other anticipated book that I have for this year, which I've already returned 1 copy of because I ordered the special edition. Ugh, here we go. Yeah, the lovely man who helped me in Waterstones looked at me like I was absolutely bonkers. It's the signed edition of The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. Look at these edges. Oh, I love this like papery cover and the hardback. Oh my gosh. So I actually am very proud of myself for this purchase because I could have ordered the Illumicrate edition as well and had 2 editions of this book. But I did sit down with myself and go, no, let's not do that. And it is signed. I sat down with myself and went, no, we're not going to do that this time. I do have 2 editions of Gallant because 1 came in a book box. I have 2 editions of Addie. I do not need multiple editions of books when I'm not going to read them all. So I'm glad that I've just got the Waterstones one, and I have to say these edges are a lot prettier than I even thought they were going to be. So that is very, very cool. I'm so excited. I need to read the whole of this trilogy, the whole trilogy, because I've only actually read the first book, which is A Darker Shade of Magic. And that's the only one I've read, so I need to read the other ones so that I actually know what the heck is going on with this. But I'm very glad that I returned the other edition as well, because I did not need a normal and a signed because too much stuff. But otherwise, I don't really think there's any other updates. I had a really lovely weekend. My friend surprised me with balloons that are actually in my kitchen currently, that just said 27. And she got me a little goodie bag of some lights, which I need to try and get batteries for today if I can. A ghost blanket and some pins. It was really lovely. And we just had a really nice weekend. We went to Harvester on the Thursday, travelled down on the Friday. We had a spoons lunch, which is like, of course, and snacks in the evening, and then Saturday we went on the hike, which is the footage that I included, and I died on the first waterfall because it was a very, very steep climb. The second walk was just like a circle, which was quite nice. It was an easier walk which my lungs were very grateful for, and then we went out to a little Italian restaurant nearby, which was quite nice. And then Sunday we came home, and today I'm actually off from work, so I have changed the bed, put some washing away, taken all the washing from downstairs upstairs, haven't put that load away yet, showered, obviously the appearance, and I need to go and do a food shop now, so that's what I'm going to go do before all the schools kick out, because it is 5 to 1, which means it's already probably going to be a little bit busy with everyone going on lunch. And yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Planning some form of food plan for this week, but I don't really know what's happening. So yeah, that's literally it. Long and short of it is that I don't have anything else to say. Hopefully this week I will cross off the Pillars of Peace trilogy because I still haven't picked that up. But I'll talk about that in next week's vlog, I'm sure. So I'm going to leave this here. If you did enjoy this vlog, please give it a like. It really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below. Letting me know if you enjoy going on hikes. Why not? If you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me either like a walking emoji or a waterfall emoji, because we did go to 2 actually. That was quite cool. And if you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ringing that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I do try and upload twice a week, but currently I'm only uploading on Mondays with vlogs, so we're gonna see how that goes. I'm hoping that will change come the end of this month, with an actual TBR for November. So we'll see how that goes and we will go from there. But I'm enjoying vlogging and I'm just kind of slowly getting back into the whole filming thing. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.